Hello, this is Jabril, aka Mr. Think Outside the Box. I want to welcome you here to this Facebook video. And today I'm going to be talking about how to create a Facebook ad and how to properly send your traffic to an external website. And a lot of times people have been saying, oh, you can't get low price clicks for less than $1 if you don't send the traffic to a Facebook fan page, which is absolutely not true. And so here, as you can see, this is live here in August, as it is right now. And you can see this is the last 7 days, and I have literally hundreds of different campaigns and ad groups. So this is just one small section of the account. And just because I'm going here, because I did a live webinar yesterday, and people were talking about the word like Tony Robbins. Oh, I have to pay, $2 a click because it's such a highly competitive keyword. And as you can see here, and I pause accounts, I let them run, but as you can see here, 170 clicks at 38 cents. This my high bid was 48 cents, but I paid 38 cents per click, and that is for Tony Robbins keywords. And I'll show you the specific keywords that I use. And as you can see here, other top keywords like 4-Hour Workweek, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, just in this section. And as you can see here, this is just the last 7 days. And even here on a 4-Hour Workweek, which is a highly competitive keyword, 29 cents a click. And I'm going to be showing you exactly how I do this in this video. So stay tuned. So, and as you can see here, what I've done, you can see how I targeted people, United States, Ireland, and a lot of these, wealthier kind of nations. And I had 18 and older, and I had people who were male because this client who I advertised for said, they connect better with males. So I did that, and you can see the keywords were Tony Robbins and Anthony Robbins. But since I selected these countries like Germany, Sweden, Norway, I made sure I put only the English language, so that way, we're not targeting anyone that doesn't speak English. And this was just my copy, Tony Robbins' success story, and I put that because I wanted to say, something that connects highly with those students, and saying, hey, I'm a success story of using Tony Robbins' product. And even here you can see the English is not the greatest because I couldn't fit everything that I wanted, but I put his tapes changed my life, and from slave voyages to living like a boss in Costa Rica with my hot wife. And so, and you can see the click-through rate was 1%, and so that's pretty decent for if you get it up to 2, 3%, even better. But if you're below, if you get like 0.05, you don't really want to be there because Facebook's really gonna punish you for having a low click-through rate. And but you can see some of even my Zig Ziglar ad I put down here was performing even better. That was at 34 cents. But let me go show you the whole process and how we set this all up right now. Okay, so now I'm in my GoDaddy account, and I'm gonna show you why I'm in here really quickly. It's because when I set up ads, I like to set up specific URLs for each of my ads, so that way I can track things better. And let me break it down for you really simply. So if for example, if I'm advertising, for Tony Robbins keywords, if I'm advertising for, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, and I send all the traffic to one particular link, I'm not going to know where the traffic is coming from. So I myself, for tracking purposes, and I'm like kind of like an attention freak, I like to have separate links and domains that I can do that. And a lot of you guys have systems out there that can create easily different links for it. And if you don't, you might have to go through a little bit longer process. And if you're not a web expert, seek out someone that can get that done for you, because it will make all the difference in your tracking when setting up your ads. So what I'm gonna do right now, because some people on the webinar are asking, Jabril, how do you actually make these web domains, and how do you make the subdomains? So I'm gonna go through that really quickly with you. So inside GoDaddy, if you came, and first of all, if you click my account and then you came down, you would see this. And so for some people, you'd go to web hosting if you were creating the websites by yourself. or if you're just doing some web forwarding, which I'm going to show now, which is a little bit easier, which a lot of you guys are going to be doing, I'm going to show you right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down here to launch. Then you're just going to come in, click on your domain name, and then you're going to be brought here to a screen like this. And so what you're going to do is you're going to see forward up here. And so you're going to go to forward, and then you're going to go to forward subdomain. And so you're going to have a bunch, or you won't have anything show up right here, but this is just showing, all the subdomains I've created for this page. And so you're going to go to add a subdomain, and you're going to come here. And so you're going to put, whatever it is that you want to make your subdomain. So for example, I'm going to put this Tony Robbins, F book. So it just stands for Tony Robbins Facebook. And then for the website, the actual website that I'm forwarding, I created the link already. And so I put the tracking and the code for it here. And what you're going to do is, I like to do this for advanced options. And you're going to go to forward with masking, which I recommend. And you're going to come here and create a title for this specific subdomain. So as you can see here, I put the the subdomain, created the subdomain, and I put the link where I want the actual link forwarded to. Obviously your link is going to be different. Don't put this link in. And then I put Tony Robbins Student Success Story, and then I put for the title, and then I put I use Tony Robbins materials to totally transform my life, and then I put keywords for Anthony Robbins. So okay, and I'm going to click OK, and it's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes to have that web link properly populate, because GoDaddy needs to basically register in their system. So after this, we're going to go back to Facebook now. Okay, now we're going to go and actually create the ad. I created the subdomain. It took me actually more than 5 minutes for it to actually populate. It was over an hour. Sometimes it does take that long, but a lot of times it's under 10 minutes. And what I've done is I've come in and we're using a brand new account here, only $7.22. So you can see when you start out what you can kind of expect. And this is for one of the my clients that I advertise for, but I actually use their spouse's account when I advertise, and I said, hey, come do this so I can show people what it's like for a brand new account. And so that's what we're going to come do here, because when you do have your account, even a week, you can see the prices dramatically decrease if you have a decent click-through rate and all this stuff that I'm going to show you. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up here to create an ad. Then you're going to come and paste your URL that you have in here, and you are going to write. I'm going to go over each of these sections here so you can understand what to put and what not to put. And here is, we'll go section by section. So we have headlines. And then here right now, if we target all the people in the United States, we have 155 million people that we can target in the United States from the age of 13 to, no age range. And if you're going to do a broad thing, it would be anywhere from $1.31 to $3 a click. And that is way too broad, and that is not what we want to do. We want to target on specific niches, and specifically, like you saw with my Tony Robbins ad, I think I was paying 38 cents a click for the last like 200 clicks or so. And obviously that's a lot lower than the suggested bid price, and that you would pay starting, a lot more than you'd be paying, a lot less than you would be paying if you start out with a brand new account. But like I said, it can dramatically increase. Even within the first few days, if you write an excellent ad, you could absolutely have your price per click drop dramatically. And then also, I want to say this real quick too. As you saw, my ad copy, that was written for the last one, I don't want you to copy my exact ad copy out of respect that I'm actually running these ads live here, in July of 2012. And, I took the time to come and show you this information for free and how to set things up. You can make something similar or take ideas, but I don't want you using the exact same ad copy as me, basically is out of respect to me and, me showing, what I'm doing, because most people would not even do this. And so we're going to go through the headlines. And when you're writing your headlines, you have to be careful with what that you're writing. They have to kind of tell exactly what your website is going to be about. And so you have to keep it tightly. You can't put, blue cheese and your website's about, red shoes. Make sure it stays on target, and especially it's even better if the words match the site. So that's normally the best thing that you can do. And also with the headline, some people, and you have to be careful how you use the words in Facebook. Some people's names are copyrighted, and you can't use their names inside of the ads. So maybe like Oprah, her name is probably copyrighted, or like you can't use Facebook in your ads. Don't put Facebook in your ads, or they're gonna reject your ads. And there's a lot of things that are gonna reject your ads. And then when text, you want to write a descriptive text that actually decides describes your website. And sometimes Facebook will miss it. And so don't do that. And also, grammatically, you want to write sentences, and you don't want to put, like, if you're writing a word, you can't go something like this, the, blue moon. And so it stands out more. You can't do that. That's against Facebook rules. And if they catch you doing it, and they're looking, they will just decline your ads. So, you have to write an actual in sentence form. How I've got away a lot with just capitalizing the first letters. It's not as bad, but if you write them all in capital letters, they do look frown upon it. And then with your pictures, so even though you're talking about Tony Robbins, you want something that describes your stuff. Unless you're specifically placing an ad for Tony Robbins, I would not suggest using Tony Robbins' image, because then they're gonna think, okay, this is an actual Tony Robbins ad. And Tony Robbins, like many other people, are on Facebook, and they might get upset, and they're going to send a complaint to Facebook saying, hey, this person is using my image without my permission, and and they'll shut down your ad. So you have to be very careful with it. And why not use your own pictures? And so be very careful with the images that you use, because it might get accepted, but then one of the people say, hey, that's not my. And also, do not act like you are that person. Even if you use a named person, you might put Tony Robbins success story. They're not thinking that that's Tony Robbins. Or you might put Tony Robbins inspired me. Maybe something along those lines. But don't act like you are that person, and because when those people see it, they will get upset. And so we're gonna write some good ad copy, but we're gonna come here first. And you can target, if you want to target locally. So if you have like a fitness club, you would probably want to target, by zip code, or your local cities and a mile radius. But for me, with these people I'm advertising for, a broad website, it's a worldwide business. So we're gonna say, and we do the English-speaking countries. So I'm gonna have United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. And so as you can see, the amount of people that we can target now has gone up greatly. And a lot of times I focus on European countries because they have a high income too, but I just make sure in the English, in the language barrier, I'll show you where I do it later, that I only put English. And so for age, you want to make sure that you target your age ranges specific to your demographics that you want to target. And then also for some businesses, you can target a broad range. But for me, I do like to target quite specifically. So for example, I might, for just this group range, because it's kind of a higher end business model, I might put 24 to 34, and put a different, or I might even go to 40. But we'll just do to be really precise. And so your ad might connect with this ad better than it does with the 35 to 45 people. So, and you'll see things where it's so, the click-through rate is dramatically different. And so that way you can, alter that ad, or you might need to alter the image. Because obviously, maybe you're doing something with music. Some musician with some age range is going to totally resonate different with the younger generation, but they still have money to buy your product. So you play with things like that. The images are really big, which I'm going to go over in a minute. But so here we're going to put Tony Robbins and the exact same keywords I had in the other group, and Anthony Robbins. And so we're not going to make it too broad, just focusing on his actual name. And they give you a bunch of related things, but I would make separate groups for all these different people. And so, as you can see here, you can target any kind of category that you want. If you only want to do men, if you want to do people in relationship, you can target different types. And for me, with the with the last client that I was showing you, they said they connected better with men, so I just only focused on men with that. But here, I'm just going to leave it all the same here. And so languages here, so I'm just going to put English all, because some people, even though they're in the United States, they might not be speaking English and have speak proper English, or some of these other countries, even though it's English. But I like to make sure all my people speak English. I don't care if they speak British English or American English. I know they know how to read English and comprehend it pretty well. And education, I'm just going to kind of put anyone, but if you feel like your product or you want to connect with people at a certain level, absolutely go for that. The more you target, and the more you can target in a certain group of people, the better. And so I'm just going to name this this campaign Tony Robbins ads. And so then you set your budget per day that you want, and you can set your cost per click. And I would say, since it actually suggests, I don't always follow the suggestions, but I'd at least start, if it's saying $1.38, I'm going to start at least $1. And a lot of times you can start at the suggested bid price, but for me, I'd probably put $1, or actually maybe even $1.20. I don't want to be too low below the bid, and then you can come and adjust from there. And now we have that. We have our targeting set up, and we're going to write an ad. So I came up with this headline: Breakthrough Financially, and I put Unstoppable Family use Tony Robbins teachings to. So I changed it, and I had to take out the period because there wasn't enough space. And Facebook is pretty lenient with using periods and not using periods. So and Tony Robbins had a show, and he's pretty familiar with the word breakthrough. So a lot of Tony Robbins people, would be familiar, and they're like, "Oh, breakthrough!" And a lot of people were looking for, a financially breakthrough. And that is, specifically what that ad and the web page focuses on. So, and I put the name of the family that they're going to be seeing in the video. Use Tony Robbins' teachings to break through to 6 figures online. See how. I talk about what the ad is about, what the website is about, and use the person that's being targeted in the ad, and then also I put that word breakthrough again because people are looking for that breakthrough. They're really and then to a specific dollar amount, which they did online, and I say see how. And now I'm going to be talking about the picture that I'm going to be using. So I use a picture here of Rhonda, which is half of the 1/3 of the Unstoppable Family, and it's a picture of her in Fiji on the laptop. Nice background, at the resort, and so I thought it represented it well, and it's nice bright colors. And normally, sometimes I'd put a red border around it or something to make it stand out a little more. But I was like, okay, I think that's fine. This is an ad preview of it, and so I'm going to kind of see how that runs. And so I have this group targeting men and women, and as you can see here, no social connections or friends of connections, since it's not going to the fan pages or anything. Interested, really doesn't matter the sexual orientation. I don't really mind, and all different ages and all different relationship statuses. English, and I said anyone. We don't discriminate as long as you have a desire, and basically it doesn't matter if you've graduated high school, college, or a college grad. We've had excellent people from all different walks of life. And if you wanted to, we're not targeting any type of workplaces, even though for some of the ads that I've done in the past for the Unstoppable Family, I do target workplace because she used to work at a very high kind of well-known pharmaceutical company, and so I, would target, I'd put X, person from this pharmaceutical company, quits and, makes it online. And so sometimes you might want to do that, and you can do, different types of things to target. Like I said, the most closely you can relate to people will make people, want to click more. So that was something, that I did. And so I placed the ads, $1.20 for the bid. And so what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and place the order. And so that is how you set up an ad. And so next here I'm going to do an example of setting up a fitness site. Some people from the webinar yesterday said they wanted me to help them, set up a few ads. I'm not going to go do them all, but I'm going to go do a fitness one real quick so you can get an example of something different and how, my thought process, would work for that. So let me place this order. Okay, so now it says your ad was created successfully. If it's approved, which can take up to 24 hours, it's going to be up and running. And so and now it says, just pending review. And I'll let you know, when I place ads now for accounts that I've been running for a while, I mean, literally 5-10 minutes, the ads up and running. I mean, once you have a kind of a history with them, they'll let you run ads pretty quickly without, any manual approval process because they trust you. And, until you do something to, jeopardize that trust, and you have a few ads going, they'll let your ads be approved pretty quickly. I mean, literally, I've seen 5 minutes, my ads are, boom, and they're up. So let's go do the fitness ad right now. Okay, and so I'm going to be talking about one of the people that was on the webinar yesterday. And so this person sent their website in. Her name is Shana, and or Shanna. I apologize if I'm saying the name wrong. And their website domain is riobooty.com. So I'm seeing this is probably targeted towards women because I don't think too many men want a Rio booty. And so I can see the ad, the headline title right here. And I scroll down and she lists. I can see here she's offering a webinar for free. So and listing everything that you will learn here on the webinar. Some images of a nice young lady. I see the before and after shots. And it says here, get a free instant access to the 30-minute value seminar. Now, for me, me just looking at, being around for quite a while, there's definitely changes that I would make to this page. I like the colors, and actually, I do like this title, but maybe I would use, maybe make it a little bit shorter so people don't have to read as much. And then also, just the layout of this page is not the greatest, just because of how you have to come down here. I'd probably like to see the opt-in page, right here. Or if you're going to do at least something that they can opt in a little bit higher, and maybe the images, a little bit higher. So I'm scrolling down. You're going to love this seminar. So look, you see the pictures. They're very, very inspiring pictures. Great changes. I absolutely love these images. Beautiful young lady. And you're going to love this seminar, especially if you feel stuck. Basically highlighting, the way most of these women feel. And obviously, Brazilian women are some of the most beautiful, or quote unquote, I shouldn't say, I don't want to get in trouble. I love women from everywhere. But she's just, kind of really highlighting. And so, and as you can see here, this looks like another person and I can't tell if this is Shana or Shanna, because it doesn't say anything about that. So I'm not sure if that's like the expert or anything. It was just a random testimonial. And you see here, this does look like a testimony just because of the way it's written. You can see this here. And again, they offer the get the free access below. And and then or Shauna, there we go, Shauna. That's how you say her name. It's cool, but it definitely could use work, especially with the layout to have much higher conversions. But I'm just going to go through now and basically how I would tackle this thing. And since I don't know anything, I don't even know who's a leading expert in booties and having a nice fat booty. So I'm gonna go do some Google searching and kind of you can come roll with me and see what I would be searching into Google to basically find the best target audience and kind of what I would do. And there are a million other ways that you could search around, but this is just kind of the way my mind works. Okay, so I'm on Google and I'm typing women fitness, and then so it shows me models, magazine. The first thing I typed was booty expert, and I didn't process in my mind we're probably going to come up with something other than fitness, but that's just another story. Actually here it says, when I was typing that, so we got models. I'm going to actually come look here, the 10 hottest, sexiest, beautiful models. Actually, I'm going to leave that alone for now. My first initial thought was, she's going to have a lot of female fans that want a body like hers. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go target, these sexy women, these models. And then I thought, okay, but there's going to be 10 million more guys that are, just gooling and drooling over. But then my mind was like, this is Facebook. You can only target women if you want to only target women. So I am going to click this link. I mean, I just did all that in my head right now. I was like, so sometimes I talk a lot, but you'll realize that. So let's take a look here. Jennifer Lee Nicole, never heard. I don't really know any of these fitness model ladies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and Google her Facebook. And she actually has 57,000 fans, and actually I see Rhonda likes her and Gianna likes her, so few people know her. So I'm actually going to come make an ad about her because I don't want to waste too much time. But maybe, there's probably 100 different other sexy women out there, fitness buffs and whatever, that are like her. So I'm going to come and make an ad targeted towards her. And then, me, I thought it was going to be, mostly men. I was wrong. And I mean, my two friends they actually are women that like her. So let's go ahead and take a look here on Facebook and start creating an ad. Okay, so I'm going to go to here, create an ad. And so I'm going to come and take this website here, but you can't see here, but I am looking at the top in the tabs, and it doesn't have a properly titled top either. So and then probably it doesn't have. I can't see the description, but it probably doesn't have a properly HTML formatted, because I can see when it does at the top of the page it would have a proper title at the tab. So that doesn't have that either on this page. But we're going to go ahead and create this ad anyway. So as you can see here, we're going to come paste the URL in here, Rio Booty, and I am just going to put. So what I'm actually going to do, so I'm going to put, she doesn't seem that big, so I'm going to push the rules anyway. So I'm going to put want a body like, what was that girl's name? Like Jennifer, let's see what it says about here. Jennifer Lee is one of the most accomplished fitness models. Oh, shit, this girl is quite popular. I've never heard of her, but I'm gonna put Jennifer Lee, if that fits. That's a little too long. That's still too long. I'm actually going to come up with something, unpause it so I don't waste all. So, I'll put secret to nice booty. I wanted to put secret to a nice booty. And I'm not sure if Facebook is going to allow the word booty, but you never know unless you try. And so I went to that site, and I took the image from there, and she's got a nice booty. And so, and then I put, learn the biggest mistake women make when trying to get a sexy butt and stomach for free. And so I wanted to talk to this group or segment of women that they're like, oh, I knew there's something I'm doing wrong. And so they're like, let me learn. And women, I won't say all because I don't want to be like everyone, but most women want a sexy butt and they want a sexy stomach. And so I said, you can get this information for free. And, the mistakes that they're making. People, I always like using, especially when it comes to physical kind of beauty, I want to, really play on, learn on the mistakes that you're making so you can get the right thing. And so that's what I place these at. And I would try a bunch of different texts for this type of, advertisement. And so, like you saw in the other ad, I'm not going to go over, all the different countries. You understand now the type of countries you can target and everything, that would work best for you. And for me, I really would be really specific on the type of age ranges that I target. I would definitely break it down into, even maybe, 10-year segments or, 5-year segments. I'm just going to do here, a 10-year segment for 20 to 30-year-olds. And obviously, for here, this is where the demographics really comes in helpful, because obviously men do not want to have a sexy, or maybe some men do. That's a whole different story. But here, we're focusing on women, and some other advertising mediums you can't decipher which you advertise to, and here you can, which I absolutely love about Facebook. So here we go. We're going to pick women, and then we're going to come back and use the info that we got earlier on the specific type of person, and her name was Jennifer Lee Nicole. And so it says only 500 people are in, that group for United States, and I normally like to have it at least at like 2,000 people when I'm doing it. So maybe I'm gonna do it, from 20 to 40, and then we see, and then maybe I'm just gonna add in, the Canada and United Kingdom. And, it brings it up to there. And it is a very, it's a sizable thing. And if you're making a bunch of different groups, there's hundreds of fitness women kind of experts out there. So we're going to leave that for now. 980 is, doable. And I don't care if they're interested in whatever they're interested in. I don't care what the relationship status is, because everyone wants to be sexy. And language, like I said, I do like to have it in English. So I took it down a little bit, but that's all good. And then there we go, and we're gonna put fitness body, or whatever you want to put, and you put whatever you want your budget to be. And for me, I spend hundreds of dollars a day on all the Facebook ads. Some days, even more than that, just because I have a bigger budget, and I manage lots of different clients' accounts. I manage some of the most, people do know I advertise for the Unstoppable Family, but I also manage accounts for some of the most successful, online internet presence, available, online. So I do quite a few different people. So I would just put fitness part, and if you can do more than $10 a day, I would definitely do it, so you can test out more things and get bloody, get in the game a lot quicker. And I would say if you can do $25 a day starting out, that would be a pretty solid thing to start out with. And if you only can do $5, that's what you work with and that's what you play with. But the bigger budget, the more messy and the faster that you can go. And so what I would do is for this, I would go to place ad. And I'm not actually going to place the ad because this is not, Shayna's account. This is, someone else's account. But that is how I do it. And I'd go to place order. And if I wanted to find, more people, I'd do the Google searches. I'd go on Amazon to see different authors in, women's fitness. I'd go to fitness kind of websites, checking people for different types of, fitness experts. And then I might put, how, you can actually do tags on, come back up here. If you go like this, and you can put fitness, for example, if you put fitness magazine, or if they have, a women's magazine that women like to be in shape, you can. There's so many different things. I'm telling you, you just have to go out there and really pay attention, and put the work in, and you're going to get the results. So that's what I would do for this women's fitness. And there was a bunch of other people. I'm sorry I didn't get to you on this video, but I will be doing webinars a lot more often. So just stay tuned. And below this video, you'll see quite a few different links. My personal link if you want to get a hold of me and ask me a question and all that good stuff. And I want to thank partners, Unstoppable Family, for bringing me on the webinar too. And but that's it. I hope you've enjoyed. And if you have comments, and even if you're not part of anything, I'm just putting this video out on YouTube. So if you have a comment or a question, feel free to leave it below, and I'll be happy to answer. I do check them pretty much every day. So that's it. And you'll see my links at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. So the video was like 10% done processing, and I stopped it because I saw the email. And it showed that the account came back, and the ad had been approved that I set up earlier. So as you can see here, the ad that I put in, as you can see, your ad has been approved. So I just wanted to show you the ad was approved, and it was fairly pretty quickly, even for a newer account. And so that's it. I just wanted to show you some early success from just posting it, and I will post updates. And stay tuned. Subscribe to this channel because I will be posting more and more videos as the weeks go on. Okay, take care.